I bought these Nix tanker boots around a month and a half ago. And around a month ago, I cut the stitches out of here to try to get these boots to fit better. What happened with customer service for Nix was I initially said, I don't think these fit right. It was very tight right along the top of my instep, and they're really uncomfortable. And I wrote Nix, I'm like, boy, I don't know if these are going to fit right. And so Nix customer service wrote back, they absolutely will break in, keep wearing them or try to break them in. And so I did, and this boot, with some extra help, I put a baseball in to help just raise this up a little bit, and that made a big difference. But this right boot never seemed to break in. It just would not fit right. This one was still tight, but not painful. This one was like immediately painful. I put my foot in and it would hurt, and I didn't feel like I could wear them without injuring my feet. And I'm not going to injure my feet trying to break in a pair of boots. Like, I'll be a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm not going to get big blisters. My feet are too important to me. I need to walk around. I need to have feet that work, which is why I'm buying nice boots, because I need my feet are important to me. So I went back and forth with customer service. Initially, they were like I said, initially they said, oh, they will break in, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, I don't think these are going to work. I don't think I can get these to break in. I want a pair of boots that fit. I think there's something wrong with these boots. And I offered to send in my other pair so they could compare how they were made and how my foot fit or whatever else. Maybe I have an odd shaped foot that doesn't fit this style of boot or whatever. But then customer service came back and said, I'm sorry, your boots are unexchangeable because you wore them. And that threw me for a loop, because the different customer service person had told me to wear them and that they would absolutely break in. Then after I wore them, then they told me that they weren't exchangeable. So I was having a rough week that week anyways, so I was not exactly very polite to customer service when they told me that I couldn't return them or exchange them, because I was pretty sure there was something wrong with these boots, because I have another pair of boots in the same size, same last, made by the same company, and these boots, or this boot in particular, was painful to wear, and really something obviously didn't work right. It hurt right here in one small spot, and I was like, something's wrong. I thought that perhaps they made this area too narrow somehow when they stitched it. I didn't know. I don't know how these boots exactly, every step and how they're made, what gets stitched onto what, when, and how. But I thought perhaps that they had stitched this area too tight or something, and that was my theory. And then after I argued with customer service a bit, they finally agreed to exchange these for a larger size. But then they ghosted me for a week after I sent them 3 emails throughout that week saying, hey, what do I do for the exchange process? What do you do for the exchange process? Blah, blah, blah. Didn't hear anything for a solid week. And at that point, I was pretty sick of dealing with them, and I decided that I would take it upon myself to try to fix these boots. Was that a good idea or not? Well, it ended up working out fine in the end. But like I said, I thought they weren't stretching here. So I cut out the stitches, and tried to re-sew it with a zigzag stitch. And I was able to do that. But then, because I thought it wasn't stretching, and a zigzag stitch will stretch more than a straight stitch. But as I was restitching it, I realized that the thin vamp liner that they put in here wasn't glued in an area right there. And each time I put my foot in, it would roll up. Now, I posted a video online about me cutting them apart and stuff, and there's a guy from Nix, I forget his name, Lucas or something like that. He was like, you cut the stitches that was supposed to stop that from rolling. Well, if that was the case, these stitches would need to be right at the very edge of the vamp to stop that very thin leather from rolling. So maybe I did cut the stitches that were supposed to hold it, but if that was the case, they were stitched in the wrong place. It should be right at the very, very top, very, very edge of that vamp to stop it from rolling, because it was rolling, because after I restitched it, I could feel that that liner just flopping. And I put the boots on, and I was really disappointed because they fit just the same as before with the straight stitches. But then I had the idea, since I had felt that liner rolling, flopping when I was restitching it, that it was the liner rolling up. So instead, so as an experiment, inside I put a piece of packing tape across to let my foot slide in and hopefully not roll up the liner. And that worked really well. That solved my problem. These were comfortable, but I wasn't going to walk around with a piece of packing tape inside my boot forever and have to keep replacing it. That seemed like not a good long-term solution. So I retook out my stitches. I re-glued, contact cement glued the liner to the vamp, and then had my neighbor friend lady stitch it back up again. And it looks a little different than the other one. This one's lighter thread. If she had browner thread, it would have been better, but that's the color thread she had, and I'm not gonna complain. And I don't really care what these look like. I wanted them to fit good, and they do fit well. And now, like I said, now they fit really well. It is still tight here across the top, but it feels like something that is going to break in, and that it's something that is tolerable. You know, it's a little bit tight there. But before, with that liner rolling up, it was painful. It was like, you know, having like a stick in your shoe or something, like cutting right across the top of my foot, and it was really uncomfortable. And yes, I probably should have done a little more investigating to feel what was wrong inside there, but Nix had zero interest, none at all, in troubleshooting what could have possibly been wrong with this pair of boots. None. They asked me no questions. They didn't ask me to feel inside. They didn't ask me to look. They didn't ask for pictures of the inside of the area. They didn't ask for anything. You can take a picture down inside, and you might have been able to see that was unglued. Nothing. I wanted to also, for the exchange process, I wanted to send these boots back and have them inspected to see if they thought they were made correctly before I decided if I wanted a different size or not. Because I was pretty confident that this boot, in particular, was made wrong. Because my other 10E boot fit just fine, and this one didn't. So I didn't want to have the wrong size. But they were not at all interested in taking this boot back and inspecting it to see why it didn't fit right. They just wanted to do an exchange. So I was like, all right, fine, I will exchange them for a larger size, one size wider, which probably would have been okay, but I really like these boots, the width. They're nice and snug, and my feet fit in there, and there's no slop and no pinching, and that's the way my other Nix fit. The only place it's a little bit tight is right across the top. So I didn't really want to go up a width if I didn't have to. And it turns out that I don't have to, because once I got the liner re-glued, it was fine. So yeah, Nix customer service was not great about that. And I cut this apart over a month ago, and wrote customer service, let them know what happened, posted the video online, caused a bit of a hoorah, whatever. And then it's been a month since I did that, and I've heard nothing official from Nix customer service. I did apologize to them for posting the video about me cutting them apart before contacting customer service by phone, or also cutting them apart before contacting customer service by phone. Like, I probably should have called them before I cut the boots apart. But all my other interactions with them were via email, and I like email because they have a paper trail of what was said when. Like, if it was just over the phone where the customer service told me, oh, just wear them and they'll break in, then when the other customer service person says, oh, you wore them, now you can't trade them in or can't exchange them, well, I have a record that says the first customer service person told me to do this and I did it, and now you're telling me something else. So I really like the idea of a paper trail for that sort of thing. So anyways, I apologize to Nix about that, and apologize for swearing at their customer service lady. And then said, I think you should apologize to me for not trying harder to find the problem with these boots, because I spent $700 on this pair of boots, and there was a defect in them. So, what did Nix do about it? Absolutely nothing. They were going to exchange them, but they had no interest in looking for a defect. They had no consideration that there could possibly be a defect. They just were like, oh, we're going to exchange them, I guess, but we'll do it begrudgingly because we have to, because other customer service person told you to wear them. And they weren't at all interested in finding the defect. These were defective. It was clear that the liner in the middle there had no glue on it. You could see that the fuzzy vamp liner, the soft leather, had no signs of glue on it. And if it had been glued, there would have been glue on it, because it wasn't going to stick to the, if it was going to come off, it would come off the waxed flesh and stick to the fuzzy. I mean, that's just how it's going to work. So, and they also weren't interested in looking at, maybe they have a copy of it, but the build sheet for, who did the gluing on this, because somebody didn't put enough glue on. Mistakes happen. I understand that. These are handmade boots. Mistakes happen. People miss a spot with a glue brush. Whatever. Like, if I just had an issue and they had to fix it, I would be disappointed and annoyed. But I'd understand, because they're handmade boots. Some guy or a bunch of people made these, they had a team come together, and one person did stitching, one person did lasting, one person did gluing, and, mistakes happen. I understand that. But to have a mistake happen and then you don't do anything about it, or you're not interested in finding it, that just seems crazy to me. I mean, particularly for a company that brags about how good their customer service is, and then when they sell a defective product and they have an upset customer, they're like, well, you were rude to our customer service when they gave you bad advice. I'm like, well, bad information. Like, well, of course I was rude to them. What do you expect? Anyways, I don't think I'm being unreasonable about this. And I should acknowledge, when I cut these stitches apart here, when I cut the stitches here, I realized that I was taking ownership of fixing the problem. I was saying, I am going to fix this problem myself. I don't need Nix support. So I'm not saying that Nix failed me after I cut these apart, and that they should have fixed them. I took complete ownership of my boots when I cut the stitches there. I acknowledge that. So that's my feelings on that. I'm not saying, well, Nix should send me a new pair of boots or do a thing or whatever. I am perfectly happy with my fix. I'm perfectly happy with the boots looking slightly different. I just wanted a pair of boots that fit. And now I have a pair of boots that fit, and I'm happy with the way everything turned out with the boots. I'm not real happy with the way Nix treated me before that, and after I cut it apart, and how they haven't even said, hey, I'm sorry, we sold you well, there have been a couple of people who work at Nix who have been nice. Nick at Nix seems like he's understanding, and then that's about it. There's maybe a couple others, but yeah. So would I buy another pair of Nix boots? Maybe. I would probably try one of the other brands first. I have a pair of JKs, which are pretty good. I mean, they're almost as good as my Nix Rangers that I have. I've got a pair of OT boots from JK and a pair of Nix Rangers, and these So the JK boots are fine. I did have a slight issue with their customer service too. They sent me 2 boots that were different sizes, which they were like, oh yeah, that's definitely a problem, we're gonna fix it. But they told me that it was gonna be the same time frame as getting a completely brand new pair of boots. I'm like, you mean another 6 to 8 weeks? What are you talking about? Like, you sent me 2 boots that are different sizes and you're telling me that it was gonna be another 6 to 8 weeks before they get me a correct pair? It turned out it was only like a week or something like that before they sent me the correct pair. But initially, their customer service was like, yeah, well, there's nothing we can do. We'll just to build you a completely new pair. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So I wasn't real happy about that customer service experience. So I sort of went back to Nick's. But no other company that I know of in the Pacific Northwest makes tankers, and I really do like this tanker design, although I probably don't need another pair of tankers, so I could get a pair of JK or Frank's or one of the other ones. Anyways, so that's my Nick's Boots customer service experience.